Hey guys, Mason War, CEO at COS Accounting, and I wanted to give you a brief explanation of what our fall tax planning meeting looks like and how to estimate your income of what you're to receive in the future, as well as what you've received and what we're going to do with that income. One thing that I think that you're going to love with COS Accounting is that every single fall we have a tax planning meeting with all of our clients. Anybody who wants one, it's not forced obviously, but we want to make sure that you take advantage of this because you get 30 minutes to an hour to sit down with an accountant and go through all of your numbers, all of your deductions and potential, exemptions and deductions that you can claim moving forward. It's important for you because it gives you a good idea of what you're going to be paying or receiving in you're paying your taxes or getting a tax refund. It's also incredibly important to be as accurate as possible. So there are some companies that will pay sales reps out over a very long period of time. In fact, sometimes up to a year. And sometimes it's easy for sales reps to say, well, I sold this many accounts and I get X% commission, and so I'm going to earn this amount on these sales. But really what we need is the amount that you're going to receive this tax year. So if we're in 2020, we need the information for 2020 only. Do not include any information that you're going to receive in 2021. This is going to make your life a whole lot easier because then we're not overpaying in taxes on this year. So when we say, what is your earnings in 2020? We're saying just for this amount, not what you're going to receive a commission on moving forward. So it's only from January 1st to December 31st. We're going to sit down and say, okay, tell me about all of your miles that you drove. About how many are you driving per month? How many did you drive over the summer if you did summer sales? If it's year-round, about what are you averaging in terms of how much you're paying for meals and all these other deductions that you can claim. And we want to be able to make sure we categorize everything to get you the biggest tax return as possible. Now, it's important for you to understand that there's going to be, we're probably going to report zero for Q1 and Q2 for your quarterly taxes, but Q3, for many of you, we will be reporting something. For some of you, we won't, because many of you don't even know what your exact income is. But typically what you can say, and I was in the industry for a while, but typically you can say, let's say I took out 5 to 10% of my total sales and my commission because of retention or because of, there are some deductions that I didn't get from my company because of, X, Y, and Z. Just undershoot just barely so we have a good idea of how much you're going to pay in your quarterly taxes. Then what we do is we break it down and we say, okay, it looks like you're going to pay this in quarterly taxes. You're going to get a bunch of deductions here and here. We've eliminated your income. It looks like you're going to get about this much in a federal refund, and you might pay $22 in state taxes. One thing that people always forget is that as a business owner, as an LLC, taxed as an S Corp, you do have to pay unemployment. It's not saying that you're unemployed. It's saying that every business nationwide has to pay some sort of unemployment tax. And that's to support all those people who are unemployed. It doesn't mean you're ever going to go unemployed, but we all have to do it. And typically the most that you're going to pay is like $42. So it's not going to be something crazy, but just expect that there's going to be a few things that the government requires. Now we're going to save you tens of thousands potentially, but the government is going to require that you pay $42 really at the most. So something to think about. We want to make sure that you guys have a really good understanding of what's going to happen. The best thing you could possibly do is have all of your expenses, your miles, everything that you have claimed or are going to claim, your marital status, how many kids you have, that sort of thing. Bring it to us. Typically we'll do it over the phone, but sometimes people come in and have a meeting with us as well. And we want to give you the best possible return. So being as accurate as possible is very helpful. At that point, we may even suggest, hey, let's look at a 401k. We should look at an IRA, or we should look at getting this truck or buying a rental property or putting money into a XYZ account and getting you some sort of return. Maybe you should buy your equipment that you want for your business now rather than in the future. And so I think having that meeting is incredibly insightful for you moving forward, but also gives us a good idea of what we're looking at in terms of tax. So thank you for your time.